One of the things that's so important when it comes to this process is understanding your business. And when I say understanding your business, understanding not just your business, but understanding that it is your business. This is a place that was maybe booked at like 40% occupancy before Manny took it. Now that thing is booked, it's almost 100% occupancy, and it's only been Manny. When did you pick that place up?
I would say I started like the first, like very end of August and the 1st of July.
No, no, you mean very end of June? You said the very end of August. No, I'm saying when did you pick the place up?
I got the place, I started working fully and listing everything like July 1st.
Yeah, you said the very end of August.
My bad.
I'm like, wait, you're on a different calendar. Wait, wait.
It was July 1st. Yeah, July 1st I started listing and putting everything up, and then I was getting like 2 days in. 2 days in, one of the rooms was booked for 32 days, I believe.
Who'd you meet with? You met with Rosa? You met with John? Who'd you meet with
I
to
met
get?
with I met with John. We did a walk through the property, um, and then I spoke with Rosa. I met with her a couple times, and she's guiding me and told me everything I needed to do. So I'm pretty much got all the things done. I'm getting a lot of inquiries.
Did you lose a little sleep so that you can get it done?
A little bit, not too much, but not too much.
Right. Well, and the reason I'm asking is because I know how like you were in a state of waiting for quite a while, right?
Yeah, yeah, like 6 months almost. Yeah,
Right. Like almost 6 months, he just said. To the point
yeah,
where he's like, I don't even know, coach. Like, can we jump on? Because I'm just a little bit discouraged. I'm just wondering, is it possible that no, I'm not giving up, but like, is this ever gonna happen? Because he was waiting for funds and resources and things. Jashard said he's been in the same state. Like, that's it happens. And then when it's time to go, when we go, okay, boom, your funding hits, you're ready to go, and then you got your place, right? You got a place, and was that time and waiting good for you to where it prepared you so that when your time comes, you're gonna go get it?
yeah. I agree. I think I things have had to happen the way they did so that I could learn and know the path I had to walk. So yeah,
So now I say that to say this. So now it's been less than a couple of weeks since he got his first place. 100% booked almost now in just 2 weeks because he went in and did the stuff that we've been telling everyone else to do. And he did it. And now he's getting the results. I put a lot of time and energy into our team to make sure that they're there to help you. Like, they bust their butts to make sure you guys are going to be successful, but they can't do it for you. In some cases, I got to tell them stop because they're doing too much. But it goes back to this old premise: if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man to fish, they'll eat for a lifetime. I know everybody's heard that quote, but it's true. One of the things that Manny's place, they kept saying, "Oh, the place is cursed. The place is cursed." Every time they turn around, something was happening in the place. Like, bookings were getting canceled, like every other day. Canceled this, like all kinds of problems. And it was like, the place is cursed. I'm like, the place ain't cursed. The place is not cursed. I'm trying to guide them as much as possible, but they just still want to do it their way. Like, that's a big deal. Like, 40% occupancy before Jose took it over. Manny took it over. Within 2 weeks of him taking it over, almost 100% occupancy within 2 weeks. And the only difference was he just implemented the stuff that we told him to do. And he did it when we told him to, not when he decided to. Big difference. Huge.
Manny, do you mind sharing what did you do differently that brought all the success? As far as like the changes that were made to the listing to generate the bookings?
I would say just literally do everything that Rosa tells you or whoever your lead managers are, or yeah, just listen and do it as soon as possible. And then, like Coach said, we're not God, but do everything you're supposed to do and pray on it. And then, you'll get bookings. Like, my first 2 days, a full month's worth of booking. And then another guy hit me up. And then another person hit me up. So I'm like, wow, the inquiries are coming in pretty quickly.
And remember, Manny is brand new. Like, it's all new information for him. Although he's been around for a while, he's never had to implement anything. One of the biggest things, we have a tendency to give up early because it gets scary sometimes. And that's really just a personal thing. Like my thing is I love to encourage people, but I never try to force people to do anything. One of the things I used to say way back when is when I first got my first place, like when I you guys all know my story, getting a call from my mom and then, dropping out of college, ordering Carlton sheets, learning that stuff, then dropping out of college. So I could get my first place and getting no's for the first almost a whole year before I got my first place, and I didn't give up. I am so glad that I had no experience at that time. Like, I had zero experience. There was nothing in me, nothing about me from a background perspective that made me believe that I could buy a piece of property, no money down. I had no credit, no experience, no money, like nothing. All I had was a lot of desire, and I had a big old why. I had a big why. So, but if I would have had experience, it is good that I had no experience, because I would have maybe said, this can't be done. Like, I would allow my experience to make me believe that it should be getting done faster. I shouldn't have to work so hard. I shouldn't be getting no's for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Like, if I had experience, I would have probably quit way sooner, way before I got my first yes. And because I didn't, like, I was kind of naive in a sense. And I'm grateful that I was, because the only thing I could believe is what the guy on the cassette tape was telling me. That's the only thing I could believe. I had no reason to believe that otherwise. He says it works. I just got to keep doing it. It must be something I'm not doing. Let me keep doing it. Let me keep tweaking. Let me figure it out. It works for him, works for them, works for that person. Like, everybody can't be lying. So let me just keep pressing. Let me keep pressing. Why? Because my why was big enough. My why was too big. And so I'm glad that I didn't have the experience, and I was somewhat naive, because the only thing I could believe was what was being told to me. And I believed it with everything. And then eventually it worked. And then the rest is history. You guys are all geniuses. Like, one thing we all have is a bunch of experience, life experience. I had no life experience at that time. I was 19 years old, 19 or so years old. I think it was 20 years old. I didn't grow up in great situations. I didn't know what credit was. I didn't know what money was. I didn't know what business was. I didn't know what failure was. I didn't know what success was either. But my idea of success, the only thing I knew was success when it came to this stuff, was what the guy on the cassette tape told me.